Welcome to the deep dive.
Great to be here.
So today we're looking at a really unusual story. It's about this king completely fixated on living longer and, well, the very strange place a potential answer comes from.
It really is quite something, isn't it? That age-old quest, for more life, but then you add a king's power and maybe desperation.
Absolutely. Let's paint the picture. We've got this king, he's 75, not exactly ancient, but he's had this lifelong goal, hit 100 years old.
Right, for decades, apparently. That was his thing.
Yeah, and we hear this really contrast with a lot of folks in his kingdom who were more, I guess, accepting of life's natural course.
Mm-hmm. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Is it the power, that feeling of maybe I don't have to follow the same rules?
Or maybe like a deeper fear of death that others didn't feel so strongly.
Could be. It's that classic individual ambition versus, the way things usually are.
So anyway, the king sends out this call right across the kingdom. Basically, bring me ideas. How do I live longer?
And the reaction was mixed, to say the least.
Definitely. Some people apparently thought it was, well, almost funny. Like, you can't control how long you live.
Which taps into that sort of fatalistic view you see sometimes, like, your time's up when it's up.
Yeah, that tension between wanting to survive and just accepting mortality.
Mm-hmm.
But others were interested, maybe even hopeful, and this led to this big royal assembly. Healers, wise men, maybe even some charlatans, who knows?
You can just imagine the scene, can't you? All these different people, different ideas buzzing around.
Must have been quite the mix. What sort of vibe do you think it has?
Oh, probably a bit chaotic.
Yeah.
You'd have the more practical types, maybe suggesting diet, less stress.
Right, the sensible stuff.
And then maybe others pushing like really out there theories based on old legends or magic.
Exactly. And the first suggestions were, well, pretty much what you'd expect.
Yeah.
Like, stay happy, Your Majesty. Don't worry so much.
The simple approach.
Or, get this, a dangerous trip to Africa to find some mythical fruit.
Okay, so the classic magic cure from a faraway land trope. We see that a lot.
And stay positive, the
Yeah.
wellness approach. Both ancient themes, really.
Yeah, but neither really grabbed the king, apparently. He wasn't satisfied. What was he actually hoping for, do you think?
Something more?
Mhm.
Certain. Something definite, maybe? A guarantee.
Perhaps. Less
Well-
philosophy, more concrete results.
And that's exactly when things got weird. Really weird.
Okay, I'm listening.
Right in the middle of this big, serious assembly, the king's pet Moyna bird pipes up.
His pet bird.
Yep, from its cage. Clear as anything, it just says, I know how to hold back age. I know the way.
Whoa. Okay, that's unexpected.
I mentioned the silence. Everyone just staring.
I can only guess. Disbelief? Maybe some nervous laughter? Did anyone just dismiss it?
Seems like mostly stunned silence. And the king, he was immediately hooked, like laser focused on this bird.
Understandable, given his obsession.
He demands more info, right?
Yeah.
And the miner just says, tantalizingly, only I know it.
Oh, clever bird. Playing hard to get.
And then it adds a bit more detail. Hints about a special fruit. Not just for long life, but get this, restoring youth, too.
Ah, restoring youth. See, that's even bigger than just living longer, isn't it? That's the real fantasy turning back time.
Totally. It hits that fear of decline, not just death. But when the king asks, what fruit, where is it? The bird stays cagey. Only I know.
Right. Keeping its secrets.
And this really is where our deep dive starts to grapple with the core issues, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It throws up all these questions. I mean, can a bird actually know something like this?
And what is the king's reaction? His willingness to even consider it. Tell us about how far we'll go for immortality.
And the risks, right. The risks of messing with the natural order of things. Life, death. It's fundamental.
So the claim is on the table. This miracle fruit, youth, long life, only the bird knows where. What now?
Well, the king's ministers, being practical types, they suggest the logical thing.
Which is?
Let the bird go. Let it fly off and find this fruit. Seems straightforward.
Makes sense. If you want the prize, you have to, enable the fetch quest.
Exactly. It's the direct route to maybe getting what the king wants so badly.
But the king, he wasn't sure. He actually hesitated. A lot.
Oh, why? After all this?
He was scared. Scared the bird would just fly off and never come back.
Ah, lack of trust.
Yeah, or maybe even suspicion.
Yeah.
He apparently wondered if the whole thing was just a trick, so the bird could get free.
That's fascinating. So his attachment to this bird, this companion, it's potentially stronger, at least for a moment, than his lifelong dream of immortality.
Seems like it. This real, tangible relationship versus an abstract maybe impossible future.
It really shows the complexity, doesn't it? That abstract idea of living forever bumping up against the concrete fear of losing something or someone you care about right now.
Yeah, maybe the bird was like a comfort, something known and certain in the face of all this uncertainty about life and death.
That's a really interesting angle, a source of stability.
And the Mina, maybe sensing this, tries to reassure him. Says it knows the way, promises it'll be loyal.
Trying to ease his fears.
But the king's still torn. He even says he's afraid of being alone without the bird.
Wow. That reveals a lot, maybe a deep-seated vulnerability under that royal surface. Maybe the whole longevity quest is partly about escaping loneliness.
Could be. But the ministers, they bring it back down to earth.
Practical guys.
They basically say, look, everyone dies eventually. What have you actually got to lose by trying?
The risk-reward argument. The potential gain is huge. Immortality. The risk, well, you lose a bird you might lose anyway one day.
And considering his lifelong ambition.
It makes sense to take the gamble.
So, after wrestling with it, the king finally agrees. He opens the cage.
Okay. The moment of truth.
The Mina flies out, lands on a branch nearby, and before it leaves for good, it speaks to the king one last time.
What did it say? Anything significant?
Yeah, it was quite touching, actually. It acknowledged humans are smart, but then it stressed its own loyalty, its affection for the king. Said it wouldn't betray his love.
Huh. That's quite sophisticated for a bird, even a talking one.
Yeah.
It's framing the relationship in emotional terms, loyalty, love, not just a transaction.
Right. Adds a whole different layer to it. It's not just about the fruit anymore.
No, it's about trust, and maybe even a strange kind of interspecies bond.
And then?
Then it just flew off, up into the sky, gone. Off to find this fruit.
And that is precisely where the story leaves us. Just hanging.
A total cliffhanger.
Seriously. Does it find the fruit? Does this fruit even exist? Will the bird ever come back?
And what does it all mean, trying to cheat death like this? What are the consequences, intended or otherwise?
Loads to think about there. A real head scratcher to end on.